Adam, thank you so much for joining us. This is a chance to get to know a little bit about you, behind the personality of an RAF Red Arrow pilot. But I'd love to know, why is raising awareness around mental health important to you?
I've had people who I've been working with and I've been responsible for who have struggled with mental health issues, some of which have had a positive ending and recovery, if you like, others not so much. And really it's those people that I've worked with where it's not gone the way we'd hoped, that I sort of asked myself, could I have done anything differently? And really looking back, it's if we'd known more about the struggles that individual had earlier on and that had been shared, then more people could have helped and it might have gone in a different direction. So I think for me it's people knowing that it's okay to talk about it and that the people around you are there to help you and will help, and talking about it will make a difference.
And that's why we're here today, is having these conversations, raising awareness, showing that people are there should you want to talk, because as you touched on, once you do, you're met with support, and that vulnerability is difficult but so important. What do you do to look after your mental health, and how do you stay grounded?
In my role in particular as the officer commanding, I've got responsibility for the whole unit, so 150 people, and that can build up the pressure. So for me, doing exercise, spending time with the family, trying to take your mind off work, which is easier said than done a lot of the time, and that's what keeps me sort of grounded, if you like, but keeps the mind off that as well. And I find exercise is really the main one. It can clear your head and set things straight. But as with everything, we have a term, your closest crocodile to the canoe. Everybody has a different crocodile that's closest to their canoe, and depending on the sort of frame of mind you're in and how much you're feeling pressure at the time, that crocodile might be a small one to some people but might be enormous to you. So it's all about the individual and how they're perceiving that pressure.
You work in an intense, high pressure environment, but as a team, how do you look after each other both on and off the airfield?
So we spend a lot of time together as a team. So really the key for us is being able to unwind, but then knowing that we can talk to people. It's very easy, and I've found myself in this situation where things might be starting to get on top of you and you just want to kind of go back to your room and think about stuff and try and sort it out. But actually spending time with the rest of the team, talking to other people about it, is normally the better way to get around it. And that's where it'll A, take your mind off it, but B, you might see a solution to the problems that you're facing.
What advice would you give to your younger self about looking after your mental health?
I think the advice that I would give to my younger self is about talking to people. I think nowadays people are better at recognising mental health issues and challenges. Maybe they were called something else in previous years, or they were just ignored, and really it was kind of stiff upper lip and get on with it. Whereas now I think people are much more willing to talk about it, share their problems, and if you recognise that something might be affecting your mental health, there's clearly a big sliding scale of how things affect people, but really talking to people and not being afraid to open up about it would be the key.
And have you found that when you've opened up that it's not as maybe scary as you initially thought?
I have, and I think it's spending time with other people as well. So the example I'd give is driving into work in the morning, half an hour on your own in the car, thinking about things, some things which might be stressful or might be coming up or worrying. And then actually when you get into the work environment and you're starting to spend time with other people and talking about them, all of a sudden they don't seem quite as daunting as they did when you're in the car on your own earlier on.
Exactly. Adam, thank you so much. I really appreciate your support and getting involved. Thank you.